Hey, what's up everybody? So we have this predatory tank here that we service. You can see we got flamingo tang, we got clown trigger, squirrelfish, sailfin tang, Hawaiian trigger, a bunch of different things. We also have a clown grouper that's on the other side of that rock. We have a miniatus grouper. Oh, there's a clown grouper right there. Look at this guy. They all think they're gonna eat. Everything's going good. You can see we have some Euphyllia coral on here, some torches, some frog spawns. They're doing pretty well. Elegance coral's doing okay. Some mushrooms, some things like that. There's some mushrooms over here. You know, usually the corals do well in this tank. The only one that bothers them is the clown trigger. He does get a little belligerent at times. But the problem that we're having, the main problem we're having in this tank is an explosion of Aiptasia. I mean, this whole thing is just covered in these little Aiptasia. You can actually, when the sailfin tang just swam by, you could see them blowing. This whole thing is covered in Aiptasia. I mean, they're everywhere. There's just little bits of Aiptasia everywhere. Now, we had some bigger ones in here, which we got rid of using F-Aiptasia, which worked really well. But as you can see, there is just an insane amount. They even killed that Ganyapora. But they're just everywhere, and they're just spreading quicker and quicker and quicker. And going in there manually trying to kill them is just not something that's gonna be reasonable. So, look at that beautiful bubble tip anemone. I am adding a filefish to this tank. So, in hopes that, there he is. He will, where is he at? He's somewhere in this bucket. Where are you at, buddy? And this guy's a known Aiptasia eater. He's trying to get away from me. We've had him, there he is right there. We've had him in a couple of tanks and he's done incredibly well. In one tank that was a little bigger than this, he wiped out all the Aiptasia in that tank. So we've had him in about 3 different tanks. We've moved him around to tank, and he's wiped out the Aiptasia in all the tanks. Now the thing about Aiptasia is he'll eat all this, but it's in your overflows, it's in your sump, it's all over the place. So it's really you're never really gonna eliminate it 100%. You just gotta stay on top of it. But look at all that. So we're just gonna put him in here, and hopefully the clown trigger, oh man, the grouper, all these guys, they leave them alone. Now we had an Aiptasia filefish in here before in the past that was actually smaller than the one that I'm about to put in. And they never messed with them. They were fine. They never tried to go after them. They never bothered them. I think the biggest threat, biggest thing we're facing right now is getting the fish in here because everybody looks like they're ready to eat. This is, so by putting him in there, they might just try to strike him just because they think he's food. But I think long term, if we can get past that point, he'll be fine and we won't have to worry about it. I don't think that they'll bother him. He'll be able to hold his own. Look at this grouper. It's like, feed me. Everybody's hungry. These guys are absolutely massive. So, I mean, just look at the Aiptasias everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and acclimate him now, and once I get ready to put him in, I will film it. All right, so he's acclimated. We are ready to put him in. I am a little bit nervous because everybody seems to be ready to eat, so I'm gonna try to keep him into an area where there's an engineer, Gobi. Hopefully that their attention is not on him. So let's go ahead, put my hand in here. Kind of let him chill back there. Slowly let him out, and I'll kind of protect him with my hand a bit. There he is. All right, everybody's not focused, nobody's focused on him. So he's just chilling in the back there, nobody's going after him. I think he'll be fine. I think he will be just fine. So that's a bit of a relief. Nobody's paying attention to him. Oh, wait. The miniatus grouper just tried to go up there behind there and check them out. Yep, there he goes. You can see him. He's nibbling at him to see. But I'm pretty confident he won't think that that's food and he'll be fine. He gave him a little taste and I think he'll be fine. I don't think the grouper will bother him. So hopefully he does a good job, and number one, hopefully he is able to cohabitate with the rest of these fish. And oh, there's a miniatus getting a little aggressive with them. Oh, come on, leave him alone. Leave him alone. This is the one I'm kind of worried about, the trigger. All right. Okay, well that's a good sign. So let's go over here. Come on, leave him alone. Leave him alone. So this is a customer's house. I don't have access to their food, otherwise I would feed them to try to keep them focused on the food and not on the filefish. But I do think that he'll be fine in here. I think he'll end up, I think he'll be fine in here. I don't think there'll be any issues with aggression. I think at first there's always a little bit of like, the fish are trying to figure out what he is. But yeah, I think he should be fine. And hopefully he's able to put a dent in the Aiptasia here. So we'll check back in and we'll see how it goes. This is a very high aggression tank. But like I said, we've had these filefish in here before and they've done well. So we're putting him in here. He's a known Aiptasia eater. And hopefully he can knock out some of this Aiptasia and we can get it under control to where we can manually start to get it out. And once we get the Aiptasia under control, we'll go ahead and we'll take the filefish out and relocate him to another tank. But I'm going to keep you guys updated. If there's any signs of aggression, I'm going to wait here a bit. If there's any sign of aggression, I will take them out. They're easy enough to get out of a tank. This grouper is really stressing me out right now. He's the only one being a problem. If there's any issues, they're easy enough to get out of the tank. They're not very incredibly fast swimmers. But come on. Some initial aggression is to be expected. They're trying to figure out what this thing is. Is it edible? I think once the excitement dies down, I think everything will be fine. And we'll check back in and we'll see if he makes any progress. Now, let's just take a look at the Aiptasia real quick. We have this whole ledge right here, this whole area covered in Aiptasia. All underneath that elegance corals Aiptasia. It's just everywhere. It's behind there, it's on the overflow, it's on the power heads. It's just been an absolute explosion. And that's because these fish are messy eaters. They eat a lot, and it's just and they poop a lot, which is a perfect combination for anemones to thrive in. All right here, all right here. So yeah, so let's we'll check back in. I'll give you guys an update. We'll give them about a month or so and then see if there's any difference. We're here every 2 weeks, so we'll give them about a month and then I'll check back in. All right, cool. Thanks so much for watching.